So I'm gonna try something new today, adding some voiceover to these videos to bring some more color to them. So I did the fuel burning for the first 2 laps, and this is my flying lap. The first one, because I went for a banker lap and then I wanted to do another one. Let's see how this one goes. So that was a clean, solid lap, putting me into 4th. Not too bad for a banker lap. I went back into the pits, then did some more fuel burning, and wanted to go for even a better lap. Let's see how my second flying lap goes. So I'm already behind here, and I took turn 2 very slow, and you can see there's traffic coming up in front of me, so this is probably not gonna be a great lap in the end. I took the 3rd corner very wide as well, and did manage to carry a lot of speed through it. So stuck in very poor traffic here at the end, got a penalty as well. Luckily, the time for my banker lap stood, and I was able to qualify in P4. So the plan here is to go for a basic strategy. I'm racing on soft, and I'm gonna go for a tire change right at the middle, either fifth or sixth lap, depending on how these tires hold up. So we'll have to see. Here we go. So it's a pretty standard start here. I'm holding close to P3. Looks like a Spanish driver in front of me. So I'm in his or her slipstream, and holding very close. I'm braking nice and early here because I don't want to get involved into too much drama right in the first lap. So now they're moving a little bit away from me. So you can already see the German driver took that turn very wide, so now I'm up in P3 without even having to do much attacking, and I'm very close to P2 here, but I am getting challenged from behind now. So trying to hold on to P3 here, battling through these turns, and I do come out in P3. This next couple of corners is where a good opportunity to catch up to the drivers in front, but they do go through them through these corners very well. So I'm still falling a little bit behind now. Thorsen went for a very aggressive attack here, kind of lunged from behind, shoved me off the track there for a bit. Fortunately, we managed to go back on the track quickly and didn't lose too much time there, even though we're now back in P4. We're still close, and as you can see, he's making mistakes because he's driving very aggressively. So we'll probably be able to get that position back. I didn't negotiate that corner very well, so I'm being caught up from behind by some other drivers. But I'm still in P6, as you can see. I'm very close to the guys in front, so I'm still very much in contention here. Just trying to keep to my racing line and observe my braking zones. You can see now some other driver went wide and out of the track, so I'm up in P5 now, and again very close to the drivers in front who are battling for that P3 slot, which might mean I'll have an opportunity now in the next corner if they don't brake very well. And there you go. They really went very poor through the last two corners. I got a penalty here. I'm not exactly sure what for, but I did go through the last two corners a lot better than the drivers in front, so now I'm back up in P3, even though I will lose this position at the next braking point where I have to serve my penalty, unfortunately. But so far I'm in a good position here on this race, and I've not made any big mistakes, which is not something I can say I do often. So again, battling for this corner, the guys behind me went in very hot and touched each other and then ran into me, but fortunately I managed to stay on track. As you can see, they're still shoving each other, battling for that third position, which again it's good news for me, as I'm not gonna get involved. I'll try to stand back and see if they make any mistakes. So for me to be able to go get those positions back, very close to them now, as you can see. So again, coming up to the last two corners, this again is a good opportunity. I've noticed at this level where many drivers do make mistakes. So again, you can see they made the same mistake as they did the last lap, and I was able to go in front of two of the other drivers, and I'm very close to Stardust here in front. Braking a little bit late here, so I did bump into Stardust in that corner, which kind of tripped him up. The drivers in my rear also had some problems there in that corner, so now I've managed to get in P3 here, and keep this position, as I did negotiate the second corner very well here. So P3, let's see if I can hold this P3 now. Went way wide here, so Stardust managed to get in front. As you can see, my tires are starting to get a little bit worn. You can see there's some good red there. Fortunately, I didn't get a penalty because I think my speed was very low through that corner anyway. But now I get shoved again off the track and lose another couple of positions. The Volkswagen driver who shoved me off the track did get a 4 or 5 second penalty here, so he will be dropping back in the next penalty zone. So I will be going back up into P5, and again I'm very close to the two cars in front, so P4 and P3 are really in my reach. Again, very wide through this corner, as I can really see my tires going, but you can see the other drivers are losing grip as well. They're going very wide, so we're all struggling here with our tires. It's just a matter of taking it a little easier and not forcing so hard in some of these turns. So you can see the leader is already going into the pits now, going on the softer tires. Again, very wide here in this turn. I'm not really adjusting very well to this level of tire wear that I'm driving on. But I do decide to go for another lap here, because it seemed to me that the two drivers in front are struggling even more than I am with their tires, so it seemed like a good opportunity now to try and get in front of them. As you can see, one of them just lost it completely and went off track, so now I'm up in P4. So I'm still very close to Stardust here, right on their tail, and American Giraffe already pitted and he's in P2, so he's very comfortable in front here. Thorsen did not pit at all yet, so he will probably have to go into the pits this lap. I'm gonna go into the pits this lap as well, because my tires are almost gone now. And Stardust decides not to go into the pits, which is very strange. I'm not sure exactly what their plan is. It's pretty obvious to me that their tires are gone. You can see him just skipping all over the track. Thorsen did go into the pits the same lap as I did. He has more fuel than I do, so he will probably get out in front of me here. So we're back on the track here now. Just barely lost before. Thorsen came out in front of me, and then this Lapari driver just managed to get in front of me. I don't think this driver went into the pits, so he's definitely on very old tires. I should be able to get close to him in this lap and overtake them. So I managed to get a very good exit out of that last turn, but couldn't turn quite in time to get past the driver in front, the Lapari driver. So I did bump into them there a bit, but they did get out of the way in the first corner as they did brake very late. So also they've got a penalty for something here, not a lot, but just enough for me to go in front here. And again, they're braking very wide and late into the second turn, so I do get on the inside and get that P4, so I will be able to hold this comfortably as they get that penalty. So in front of me, Thorsen is now at 7 seconds, and they pitted the same time as I did, so they're probably going to be comfortable in front. However, Stardust did not pit, so their tires are going to be abysmal at this point. I did see that the pros do this race without pitting, so they do it as a non-stop race. But I don't think at this level people are able to do the tire saving that the pros manage to do. And you can clearly see I'm gaining very fast here to Stardust. I think I gained almost 2 seconds in the last 3-4 turns. 3 seconds now. You can see the distance between us just dropping dramatically with every turn. I get another second penalty here, probably for going a little bit wide in the last corner, but again, I'm gaining very fast to Stardust here, so it shouldn't be a problem to gain that P3 back if I manage to defend from the German Volkswagen driver. Let's see what happens. So there's no point in battling the German driver, as I do get a 1 second penalty, so they would have gone in front anyway. So just gave him space there and let them pass. They're 2.5 seconds in front with 2 laps to go, so that's a manageable distance to cover. You can see Stardust here is just not able to stay on track. Again, his tires are probably all red by now, so he's just not able to stay on track. So we passed them easily, and now our next target is going to be the Volkswagen driver in front of us. Potentially we can gain that P3 position back if I drive cleanly and keep to my racing line and to my braking zones. So the driver in front of me got a penalty in the last couple of corners. Again, tricky corners at this level. I find I'm usually able to negotiate those corners pretty well and gain some time in those corners compared to other drivers. And so now there's a really good chance I'll be able to overtake the Volkswagen driver on this lap with the penalty he got. So they went really wide in these corners. I'm very close to them, as you can see, putting the pressure on, and they do make a mistake and they're out of the track. So now I'm comfortably gonna be in front of them with a couple of seconds of gap, so I don't have to worry very much, which means I can take it easy through these last couple of turns and then have a clean last lap to secure this P3 position, and that's exactly what I do here. So this was a very good race. I enjoyed it a lot, and I got a P3 in the Manufacturer Series, which is great. If you liked the video, please subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you, and see you next time.